How's do y'all? This is John, and today we're talking about Diamonds Are Forever, a movie that came out in 1971, starring Sean Connery as James Bond. And in Diamonds Are Forever, James Bond is once again called into action, this time to investigate a plot, a conspiracy involving diamond mining in South Africa. And the conspiracy ends up tying into Spectre and Blofeld, and we have a movie. Okay, now to get things started, first and foremost, to address the elephant in the room, yes, there's a 4-year gap between this and You Only Live Twice. However, this isn't 4 years between two different Bond films. There is actually a Bond film released in '69 called On Her Majesty's Secret Service. This one did not have Sean Connery in it. George Lazenby played Bond. Connery wanted to go out with You Only Live Twice. However, they did not want to give up on Bond, so they hired Lazenby. And my quick thoughts on that movie, it would have been a perfect Bond movie if Connery was James Bond. I'm not kidding, just that one change would have made On Her Majesty's Secret Service a truly perfect movie, and in my opinion, a better send-off for Sean Connery than this movie. Now, to get things started, I'm going to talk about what I liked about the movie a little bit before I get into all the things that I hate about it. And unfortunately, the only thing that I do like about the movie is, some of the cinematography and the special effects. The visual look of it is actually pretty decent for the time it was made. Now, the special effects are, again, completely noticeable, and I would not argue they're as good as in You Only Live Twice. However, they are better than in the other 4 Sean Connery Bond movies, and at least good for the time. And that's pretty much it. The story itself, a lot of it just doesn't make any sense. Everything is this conspiracy about diamond mining in South Africa. So why doesn't the movie take place in South Africa? The movie is barely even in South Africa, and Bond himself doesn't even go there. He goes to the Netherlands, and then Vegas, and then all sorts of other places that are not South Africa. If South Africa is the heart of everything, why not go to South Africa and cut off, the supply? Also, it would make sense for Blofeld to actually be, the guy on the ground in South Africa managing everything, because that's where his whole diamond thing is happening. When it comes to the casting and stuff, I hate this movie's version of Blofeld. The guy just doesn't have the intensity and the tension in his voice that Donald Pleasence had in You Only Live Twice. Again, as much as I don't like that movie, I think that version of Blofeld is perfect. On Her Majesty's Secret Service's Blofeld is not bad as well, but this movie's version of Blofeld, he's just kind of laughable. He's a bit cartoony, and I really don't like that. That bugged me a lot. And also, unfortunately, Sean Connery himself, you can tell he is tired at this point. He is tired. He doesn't want to play Bond anymore. You could tell he did not bring his A game to this movie the way he did with the other Bond movies, especially Goldfinger. He was incredible in Goldfinger. He's not in this. He's phoning it in for his, unusually large at the time paycheck. And, I find that sad, because again, I think he deserved a lot better than this movie being his final Bond movie. When it comes to the entertainment aspect of this film, this is also very lacking. The action sequences, the combat, you could tell that they were more going for grander than actual, tension and suspense. They wanted to make things bigger and, for some reason, think that, bigger means better, but it don't always mean better. In this movie's case, a lot of it just felt like, you know, random, overtly stylized combat as opposed to an agent on the ground trying to defeat an ultimate evil. I'm sorry, but sometimes it's better to sacrifice spectacle in order to get, you know, the actual feeling you're trying to achieve, and that is tension. And also, every movie, James Bond has these girlfriends that they call Bond girls. And the main one for this movie, I could not stand at all. They make her out in the start of the movie to be actually intelligent and stuff, but halfway into the movie, for whatever reason, she becomes stupid. She becomes this complete idiot and stuff, and you're just sitting there going, wait a minute, I thought you were smart. Why all of a sudden are you stupid? So you don't feel bad for her when people flat out just call her an idiot. So guys, at the end of the day, Diamonds Are Forever, it is easily one of the worst James Bond movies ever made. I really, really don't like this movie. I really don't like the fact that it's Sean Connery's official send-off as Bond, his final role. I really wish that he had just stuck out for one more movie and done On Her Majesty's Secret Service, because again, in my opinion, that movie was just simply missing him. I do genuinely think that that movie would have been the perfect send-off for his James Bond. But instead, we get this. This movie with an overly complicated storyline that should have just been in South Africa, but instead was all over the place, with the worst rendition of one of the best villains in spy movie history, along with Sean Connery phoning it in one of his rare few bad performances. And while they could have at least given us great action sequences, this is one of the few times a Bond movie lets everyone down by being overtly spectacle instead of using action to create tension. I'm going to give Diamonds Are Forever a 2. Well, that's the end of my James Bond marathon. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do know I personally enjoyed finally talking about these movies because, again, Sean Connery, he's my favorite James Bond, and I think everyone else, says the same thing. So, yeah, I'm not too original, but he was truly a great James Bond, and I think I speak for everyone when I say we all miss him, and, I hope that people continue to remember him as this character and as arguably the most iconic person to ever portray this character, because he does deserve that. As great as Daniel Craig was, Daniel Craig would not have been James Bond without Sean Connery. Without Sean Connery figuring out the character first and portraying the character first. And even though I have some concerns with the upcoming video game coming out in a few days, I am looking forward to finally playing it, and like I said in my last video, I will let you guys know what I think about it when and if I ever finish it. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please don't forget I have a secondary channel where I do gaming content. Please go check it out. And as per usual, please remember, the Badetsky will return.